When I was working out last summer, I was doing a set of dumbbell presses, and once I finished, I put my dumbbells down and I sat on the bench, and I saw some dude on his phone scrolling on TikTok. I didn't pay much attention to this, but once my rest time was up, he was still on his phone, and I completed all of my sets even before he started his next set. And I moved on to another exercise where it took him 10 minutes before he picked up his dumbbells again to do another set of bicep curls. He was addicted to his phone, and he didn't even realize it. Or another time when I went to the dining hall, I took out a plate, put eggs, sausages, a bagel, and I was trying to find a seat. And on my way there, I passed multiple dudes with 6 donuts on their plates and a mountain of ice cream. Honestly, I was highly disappointed that they decided to act on their impulses. Or maybe they don't know what's good or bad. Well, I want the best for you, bro. So based on my experiences and observations, here are things you can do to get ahead of 90% of men. The first thing is you have to go on no-fap. Many men can't control their urges or their desire to release their energy. They resort to corn and fapping because it feels good, at least in the current moment. It's like they want to escape a harsh feeling like stress and dive deep into this toxic reward system. Back in the day when I was a Jimmy or a degenerate, any minor inconvenience would stress Jimmy out. Jimmy would relieve this stress by watching adult content and possibly feel less lonely. Jimmy didn't like where he was at in life, so would use corn to escape from that harsh reality. And I get it, man. You've been watching it since you're young, so it's harder for you to break the cycle when you've been ingrained in that habit. But you have to stop. It's ruining your relationships and your ability to attract women. And women can tell if you've been consumed by that content. And they don't want men who have that type of behavior. So how do you stop? Make a contract with a friend. Tell them that you'll pay $100 every time you do it. Remove sexualized content in your feed and get rid of any models that you follow. You can also use website blockers if you need to, but also try to socialize with your friends every moment that you can. And plus, you get better dopamine when you're with your friends. You can also try to work more hours, so when you get back home, you would rather sleep than watch corn. So, add barriers to corn and fapping. Work hard during the day, be in public, and rewire your dopamine system by being around your friends. The second thing is that you have to exercise. Look, maybe it's because I was in an engineering college, but looking at the dudes in my dorm or in college at least, they didn't look like they worked out at all. Even looking at the dads, it seemed like they let themselves go. Look, you might be influenced that women want dad bods, but they honestly don't even know what that entails. Don't listen to that. From my experience, women want men who can take care of themselves, like their health. Whenever they look at a fit dude, they know this dude has discipline. He can take care of himself. He has his life together, and he looks like he can protect anyone he's with. Men are supposed to look and be strong. How can you protect your family if you're 400 pounds and you're out of breath after 5 minutes of walking? If you're in this position now, it's time for you to change. Work out 2 to 5 times a week. Do some cardio during those workouts. You should weightlift. Find a sport if you have to. Make better food choices by not eating junk food, high sugary foods, processed foods, foods with high fructose corn syrup, or any high calorie dense foods. You have to choose the low calorie foods. And if you want to look for recipes, there's a bunch of creators out there who have recipes for high protein, low calorie foods. Be a man. Start working out. You'll feel 10 times better and you'll start to attract more women. The next thing that you have to do is that you're not addicted to your phone. Circling back to the first point, a lot of men are addicted to their phones. When Jimmy wakes up, he scrolls on his phone for hours, gets ready for the day, comes back home, scrolls until the end of the day, until he falls asleep with his phone in his bed, in his hands. And when Jimmy felt bored, he would whip out his phone, go on social media, and scroll and look like a turtle. And whenever it was time for him to interact with the world, nothing was interesting for him. When he eats, he's on his phone. When he shits, he's on his phone as well. If you want to get ahead, you have to spend less time on your phone. That means you'll use that extra time building yourself by working out or doing that passion project. Look, social media sucks up your time and energy. After a long day, you go to your couch and you scroll instead of going to the gym like you said you would. You would rather be on your phone than working on that business that you always wanted to start. So how can you improve your screen time? Use an app blocker like Opal, which limits your screen time every single day. Delete the apps if you have to. Keep your phone on Do Not Disturb, put it in grayscale, and leave it out of your work environment. Before you go to sleep, charge it in a different room. When you have to do a deep work session or homework, put it in another room. Make your phone and any addictive apps unattractive and unreachable as possible. Your future needs you. The last thing is that you have to build a project. In all the classes that I attended where we had guest speakers who were successful, they always had a passion project where they're working on products for a business. They would work their full-time job, come back home to then work on their passion project that they wanted to do. And a couple years later, they would try to scale that passion project because they would want to invest more time in it, which in the end, they would quit their full-time job. Look, you have a lot of time on your hands, especially if you don't have a family. Spend it on building a project, something that is going to solve a problem in your life. For me, it's currently this channel where I get to give you guys free information on how to be better in your life. I get to tell you all about my experiences, but also in the future, document my journey on a different project. Back in the day, I was working on a brand called Improve It, and it was exciting at first, but it was stressful to figure out the logistics because I had no experience in it. But it was still fun for me because it was something new. And while I was developing this brand, I was talking to this attractive girl, and she felt the passion that I had for this brand. To dive deeper, women want men who are passionate about something, who are driven, who are trying to build a better life. Most men aren't working on a side business because they lost that drive. From talking to my exes and my current girlfriend, they want someone who is working towards something. They don't want someone who just plays games all days, smokes weed, eats junk food, and still lives in his mom's basement. Because when you look at him and his actions, he isn't driven at all. For potential projects, you can ask yourself, what problem do I want to solve? For me, I wanted to start this channel to help young men, especially Asian men, with their confidence and improving their lives. Because I was like that too. I lacked confidence. I didn't really know what I needed to do to improve my life. So, find something that you want to solve and enjoy. Make a goal and take action towards it. Thank you for watching, bro. And if you haven't already, check out last week's video right here. Remember to go improve it.